Welcome, everybody. It is so fabulous to have you all here at the Grace Grella Show. Hi, I am Grace Grella, your intuitive host. And as always, we're here because it's all about you and getting you into the positive zone. So if you have questions about your love life, your finances, your family, your friends, whatever it may be, call me. Don't be afraid you can call me. And tonight, it's me times 3. Woo! Me, myself, and I no longer. Now it's myself, Andrew Brewer, and Kathy Toll. We have such a fabulous studio tonight, filled with energy and love, and it's going to be awesome. So if you're watching live and you want to call in, please do. Studio line number is 516-629-3715 or 3705. If you're watching the rebroadcasted version of the show, no worries. You can always email me at gracegrella@gmail.com and let me know that you want to be here live and in person, up close and personnel, and we'll make sure you feel the love too. So let me know. Give me your deets. Give me your email, the best time to get in touch with you, and we'll make it happen. Right now, we're going to make it happen for all the lovelies we have in the studio audience tonight. And it's my pleasure, privilege, and honor to introduce a very dear, dear friend of mine, not only from this lifetime, but a few in the most recent past. Andrew Brewer. Andy, thanks so much for coming tonight.
Grace, thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Oh, wow. Well, it feels like this is, secondary because we've connected, and originally over Facebook, wasn't it?
Well, that's the way people connect. You don't actually see people. You have Facebook or Twitter or whatever, but yes.
Right.
And it's so much fun to actually see you live and in person.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you. My, oh, my, why did I leave Ohio? And what part of Ohio are you from?
Hamilton, the most exciting city in America. Hamilton, Ohio is right outside of Cincinnati. So I spend half the year in Hamilton, half the year someplace else.
I know. You're the traveling gypsy. I know.
So
you're here, there, everywhere. It's that Romanian count energy that you possess. And what I can say truthfully and honestly, because I've experienced it for myself, is that your ability to go through lifetimes of someone and be able to connect the purpose in this lifetime as to, hello, this is what you're here for, and these are the qualities you brought with you, amazed me. And well, I don't say that lightly. It takes a lot to do that.
Well, if you think about reincarnation, I believe very strongly that there is reincarnation. I believe that. And I don't believe it's just one after the other. I think it's a little funkier. I think they cross over a little bit. And so what really reincarnates is this tendency. There's a style. There's a behavioral pattern. There has to be some soul essence that keeps coming and coming and coming. So what's really happening when you look at spiritual evolution is you're trying to change the way in which that initial emotional response gets triggered, so you have a different thought that goes with it, which leads to a different type of action. So you could think of past lives as basically an opportunity to change your automatic response system. And so, there are these themes that tend to play out. So some people will do it somewhat kind of in a vocational setting. Some people have a very interpersonal kind of dynamic, the way they keep coming back. And some people have a certain style about, like, in a way, patterns, relationship patterns or patterns with their parents, and it just kind of keeps going and going and going. So when you look at people, what you're really looking for are these themes. You're looking for themes about how they do things and where they're coming from, and it's like a movie. So the movie unfolds, you have a plot line, and that's basically all it is.
And are you of the ilk that says, well, we all come in a soul group, or,
I think that there is a sense where you have people that you come together with. Mm-hmm. The idea of a soulmate doesn't always have to be a romantic. It doesn't have to be a romantic situation. When you're looking at a soulmate, you're basically looking at someone who comes in and changes the trajectory of your life. So you have certain types of experiences. And those experiences put you in a space in which you have what I call like the Big Bang Theory of enlightenment. So you don't necessarily have to know everything right off. You progress, and the fact that you have a certain history, a certain set of experiences, that changes the way you have experiences at a specific time. So soulmates come in kind of to shake and bake your existence because of the way that you deal with them changes how you see yourself and the types of choices that you make, and it may really, you might be on one path and totally veer off and go another path, and that's part of your soul evolution. It's part of your learning curve.
Well, hopefully we can get soul deep with Heidi, who's waiting on the phone. Heidi, are you there? Hello? Heidi ho, you there?
Yes, hi Grace.
Hi, sweetheart. How can we help you? How can we help you tonight?
Hi, I need help in the love department.
The love zone.
Yes.
That's my favorite zone, babe. And what's your question? You want to?
I feel like I met my soulmate. You think we're going to be together or?
So Heidi, tell me 2 or 3 words about your soulmate, and I'll tell you what I think is going to happen. I just want to hear your energy. I don't care what you say, just like 2 or 3 words descriptive of him.
Every time I see him, like I know about it.
Okay, so when you look at, I mean, you have a very fiery kind of energy, right? You have a very dynamic energy, and I think you have to be cautious, like me. I mean, I tend to be very much super hot right from the get-go. And I think that this is one of those situations in which there's a real fiery component to you. I'm not 100% convinced that this is a situation that's going to continue. However, I think for you, because you tend to attract a lot of attention because you have a very strong energy to you, I think that this is going to be an important relationship. But for me personally, I think that you sort of cycle through them a bit. And the beauty of this is that it is something that's going to be a positive for you. And I think it is kind of a soulmate relationship because there's a real passion when you talk about it. But I think you're still in that exploring kind of mode.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you why I would say it that way?
Yes, yes.
So I think that because you and I have a very passionate, intense kind of energy, we fall in love quickly, we fall in love a lot, and that sometimes has its own style of behavior. And I think that my guess is that this is something that will continue for you. I mean, and I don't see that as a bad thing, actually. I think this is a very positive experience for you.
Okay.
Heidi.
Okay, yes.
Thank you so much for calling in. Get back to us and let us know the longevity here and how long you're going to be singing I Love You Puppy. I love you puppy. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you guys.
Thanks for calling
Heidi.
in, sweetheart.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And Tim, can we help you tonight? Hello? Tim? Tim?
Hey, Grace.
Hey! What's up with you and your bad self? How are you?
I'm good. No complaints. No complaints. How's everything with you?
Awesome. Listen, take advantage, honey. We have a brilliant guest here tonight. Andrew Brewer is with me right now, and on live and on set. And so, go ahead. Give me your question, honey.
Well, the question was when we had spoke about Grace, it appears my procrastination had cost me the job opportunity at MLB. So my companies, they're still soliciting. They've got an offer on to sell. So I just was checking to see what was in the spirit realm on how I'm going to fare in that company sale.
Well, you're definitely in luck because one of Andrew's brilliance, part of his brilliance, is working with corporations and being able to steer people where they really need to be in life. My take on this is that I don't think it's not over till it's over with the baseball league connection, and I think there is still going to be an opportunity for you there. It's all about timing, divine timing. It always is. I don't see you losing your job just because of your company selling out or selling to someone else or being acquired by somebody else. So I'm not seeing any instability for you. I don't see you without the paycheck. Let me put it that way. And I do feel that there is going to be something fabulous that's going to be happening when for promotional opportunity when the company is acquired. What do you think about that, Ian?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't feel that you're in any kind of danger. So when you look at mergers and you look at companies changing culture, there has to be a baseline in which they have strong candidates that maintain that. I mean, there's always a kind of a pain point when you have to assimilate a new way of doing things. But I actually think that in the long run for you, that you're likely to stay there, and this is actually something that's likely to help you. Because I don't feel for you that you're in any kind of disruptive pattern. You seem, I mean, anytime there's a change, there's an element of fear. So there's an element of fear, understandably, in your energy right now. But I would agree with Grace. I don't think that this impacts you. In fact, to me, this is likely to be a blessing in disguise for you, because I think that in embracing whatever this new culture is, you seem to me pretty adaptable. You have a strong throat chakra, and even though there's a fear in your energy right now, which you kind of, your second chakra is a little queasy, because your throat chakra is so in sync, which typically these are people who are strong problem solvers as well. I actually think this is actually, for you, a positive. And so I don't believe that this will change your world in a negative way. I think actually it will be a positive for you. So I expect you to stay.
It's going to rock your world, Tim.
Gotcha. Okay, thanks a lot. Great talking to you guys.
Okay, thanks for calling in, babe. And for everybody that's watching out there in TV land, they should know that you're going to be teaching in Omega.
Yes, I'm going to be teaching at Omega Institute in July. That's exciting.
I am so. Now, what are you going to be teaching?
I'm teaching a class called Shamanic Theater, which is a kind of a hodgepodge of different, you steal from everything. So, I was an actor, so it has a little bit of acting. It's actually geared towards performers. It deals with intuition. It includes boxing, because there's a mental aspect to martial arts that you can use in terms of how you jumpstart your creativity. A lot of it's based on self-confidence. So when you take an actor, or a business person, or an athlete, or a neurosurgeon, or whatever, I mean, most people learn fears, right? I mean, those fears become part of your personal arsenal. And so, as a psychic, I mean, when you train young psychics, what you're really doing is what I call decluttering them. You're trying to help them identify the voices that say, hey, dude, you just can't do that. That's not legit, or that's not for you. You have these fears. It's kind of a writer's block for psychic. So, Shamanic Theater is a class I used to do.
Speaking of writer's block, you know all about that. How many books have you published, Mr. Brewer?
I have 10. So
10? The count is the perfect 10. I was telling everybody 8.
So I have an 11th, hopefully coming out here soon, called Cases with Anomalous Dates, which is about reincarnation, which is about the idea that there are concurrent lifetimes. I don't think it's just one after the other. But, and I'll be in a bunch of places. Kathy and I are actually doing class together here in Brooklyn on Saturday. I've been going back to Denver, doing some classes there. I'll be going to Minneapolis. But yeah, so I'm at the Omega Institute. I always wanted to go there. I could never afford to go there as a student, so now I get to teach. So that's kind of cool. That's
awesome. And what's you're going to love it there. The energy there is fabulous, off the hook. And they're going to love you as well.
I hope so.
And I'm sure it's just the first of many. Please come back to us.
Let's hope. Let's hope that's true.
Absolutely.